Hey guys and welcome! This is my BPL season 2016-2017 prediction. I'm gonna tell you who I think will be first, second to 20th place. I will talk about everything very short except of the bottom 3 and the top 6, because the bottom 3 are important because they get relegated, the top 6 because they are gonna play international football next season or are gonna win the league. So these are the most important teams in my opinion. All the other stuff, so from 7th to 17th place, I'm just gonna tell you very short why I think they are there or around this place. I know that there were already 2 or 1 game so one match day, and the second one is now going on. I know, but you guys know I was on holidays. When I started the journey, there were still some rumors, some things were not done yet. And when I came back, there was already 1 game. So I don't think it makes a huge difference. It did not really influence my predictions. So let's straight away start. I would say these, ladies and gentlemen, are my predictions for everybody who just wants to see it and then go away from the video. I will of course start at the bottom and go to the top. So I will start at who I think will definitely get relegated. I decided it's Hull City, Middlesbrough and Sunderland. Why that? First of all, Hull City is just a chaos club. They don't have a manager, they don't really have a team. I know they won actually the first 2 games, including a game against Leicester, so not really bad. But still, I don't think that they can play consistent football throughout the whole season and win that important games against the other teams who are fighting against relegation. I just don't think they can. They will get a new manager, I think. And the new manager won't have any time basically to really tell the team how he wants to play. So I think that will change a little bit. And they have to sign somebody, because if they don't sign anybody, their team is not good enough. They might still lose a few players. So I think what will happen is that they will just sign like 4 or 5 players from anywhere. But basically the players they really want won't join, even though they can offer Premier League football. As a normal football, even if your dream is to play in the Premier League, you would not join this team because this project seems to be really bad. So I would not like to join them. So I think they won't get good players, really good players. And I think in total, if you compare them to other teams, there's too much chaos in there. The team is not ready. They don't have a manager. The fans are against them. It basically can't work. It just can't. So I think even though they won the first 2 games, they will get relegated as last place. I'm very sure, like 99% sure they will get relegated. I think they will get last place. They will be a bit better, in my opinion, than Aston Villa last season, but in the end they don't have a chance. Also getting relegated, Middlesbrough and Sunderland. Why that? So first of all, Middlesbrough is of course new. They just got promoted. The thing is, I don't know a lot about them, but I'm quite sure because they were one of the best teams last season, that they played kinda attacking football, tried to control the game, had the ball position. They can't play like this in this season, so they have to change the way they play football. Also, I think if I compare their team to teams from other teams like Sunderland, Burnley, West Brom, Swansea, their team cannot really compete, so I think they're gonna be like underdogs in at least like 30 games. I would even say 36, except of the 2 games against Hull City. And it would it would actually quite surprise me if they would not get relegated. Their team is not that strong. They have to change the way they play football. And in the end, I just think they're gonna lose the important games. So that's why I think Middlesbrough will also get relegated with Sunderland. Sunderland in the last 2 years, 2, 3, 4 years actually, were really lucky. As the same as Newcastle, because they were always shit, but either had an amazing run in the last like 10 games, or they were actually teams who were even worse than Sunderland. But if I see this season, I don't think they will do it. I would say their squad is weaker than last season, and I just don't see them having a big chance. They can do it, so that's why I decided to give them 18th place. They will fight against relegation. I think they won't avoid relegation. Maybe they do, but I think they will get relegated. So other teams I think will get play against relegation, but will not get relegated are Burnley, West Brom, Swansea, Bournemouth and Watford. It could be a different way. It could be Bournemouth at 17th, Burnley at 13th, Watford somewhere. But I think that Watford and Bournemouth are a bit better than Swansea and West Brom, and these two are a bit better than Burnley. So I think it's especially, I'm quite sure Hull City and Middlesbrough will get relegated. I think that Burnley and Sunderland especially will fight for 18th place or 17th place. Basically, they will of course not fight for the relegation but against it. And other teams who will just not get relegated are West Brom, Swansea, Bournemouth and Watford. At 12th place is Southampton. In my opinion, that team compared to the last year's team is the same. So they're on the same level than last year, but in the end, teams like Crystal Palace, Everton, Stoke, Leicester, West Ham, Spurs, all the teams in front of them improved a lot. So all the teams in front of them, in my predictions, have improved their team a lot. Are definitely way better than last season. And they did not improve their team in my opinion. They stayed the same. They lost some players. They signed some players. I would say I think they're gonna be around on the same level. And last season they had the advantage that many teams were not that good in form. Now I think they will be good in form. They actually improved their team, so I don't think they can really compete with most teams. And I would be surprised if they actually would fight for like 6th or 7th place. I would really be surprised. 11th place is Crystal Palace in my opinion. They made some really good transfers. It seems like they're gonna sign Benteke, or they already did. I'm not sure yet, but I think so. It will happen or it happened already. Good signing for them. They have a good team. They could actually surprise people, so I would not be that surprised if they actually would get like 6th or 7th place. But in the end, if I compare them to Everton, Stoke, Leicester, West Ham, they are a bit worse, so that's why I decided for the other teams. 10th place, Everton. Many people actually expect a lot from them this season because they have a new coach, Coleman, made some good signings. Seems like they can keep Lukaku, for example. But they lost Stones. And I would not say their team is way better than last season, maybe a bit better. They have a new coach. Of course, they are quite positive now. Last season under the Martinez guy, Roberto Martinez, I think people were not that happy. I think this feeling around the team will change, but in the end, if I compare them to the other teams again, I would say I don't think they can compete for European football. 9th place, Stoke City, really good team, improved their team a lot, but in the end, they disappointed me in the last season as well. I think with that team, you should definitely fight at least for the Europa League spots. I would even say they should be able to get in the top 6. But in the last season, they really disappointed me, and I don't see why this should change now. They didn't really change anything, so I expect them to kinda disappoint me again and get 9th place. Leicester on 8th place. Which I think would be a really good season. I think they might fight for Europa League spots in the end. Last season they did not really have a team who can fight for European competition. So the top 6, I know somehow won the league, but if I compare last year's team to now, it improved. It improved slightly. Yes, they lost Kante, which is of course not good, but I would not say it's so bad. Many people say, oh no, I wouldn't do it, say that like this. You've gone to Chelsea, even that's also not really bad for me because I don't think they will compete with Chelsea in this season. So in the end, I would say it's not that bad. They got some good signings. Mendy is a very, very decent guy. Musa, of course, an amazing striker. So their team improved slightly, but last season they really took advantage of teams like Arsenal, City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea, all being shit, having a bad season. And I would be really surprised actually if they would get in the top 6. I think they will fight for them, but in the end I think they will not do it. Also West Ham, in my opinion, will not do it because they maybe I would say they had the second best transfer window. Of course the best one, it has to be Manchester United. But they had a really good transfer window, made some decent signings. Still linked to Lacazette. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but that would be of course amazing. But Andy Carroll's in some amazing form. They managed to keep Payet. They made some good signings, maybe signing another player. Carroll made is in great form. Payet, of course, everybody, if you're talking about West Ham saying Payet, they managed to keep him, so people are really happy. and really think it's gonna be an amazing season because of him as well. And because now they're also in the new stadium, everybody loves the coach. It just works in the team. There's some great feeling. Even if they lose 5 games, they are still in some very ways, and everybody's still happy. So that's why I would say this team can really do a lot. I don't think they can fight for the top 4, but they are definitely gonna fight for a Europa League spot. The thing is, what I don't know is, at the moment, they have an amazing squad, but I would say the squad depth could be a bit better, especially if they play in the Europa League. And they have a team who could get at least to like the round of 16 to quarterfinals of a Europa League, which would mean they will play in the Europa League until like February, March. At least they could do. They have the team for that. And the squad depth is not so good. They will play 38 BBL games and some cup games and Europa League. Don't know if this squad depth is good enough for that, so that's why I decided to not put them in the top 6. But for example, Spurs teams to the last season slightly improved, didn't really change. They managed to keep all the important players, Janssen, Wanyama, very good signings, especially Janssen, I think will first of all work perfectly together with Kane, but I think it's just an amazing signing for them. He's an amazing guy. So they will at least compete for Europa League spots. Again, I'm very sure they will get in the top 6, so they will qualify for the Europa League at least. They might actually, I think Liverpool, Spurs and Arsenal, these 3 teams will fight for 4th place. I decided that Spurs and Liverpool will not do it, but they will fight for the 4th place. I said it's gonna be Arsenal. Why that? Because Arsenal 4th place is just the romance itself. It just always happens. Arsenal had a very bad transfer window yet. They made nothing. Xhaka is a good signing. But, I mean, they have folks, especially the striker position. Also the center back position had some problems, but especially the striker position. Giroud is a world class striker, one of the best. He definitely has the quality to score 20, 30 goals in one season. But if he is the only striker, Arsenal has a huge problem. Because they're also playing Champions League. Because for him it's bad, for Giroud, because he has to play every game, so at some point he will be not fit, but still has to play. This is not good for him. Second of all, it's bad for him because all the pressure is on Giroud. If Giroud is not scoring, who is? All the pressure is on him, and pressure is not really good. You don't need pressure. Pressure is not good for you. And if he's getting injured, yeah, that's the problem. So if they're not gonna sign a huge striker, normally I would say this could be the year they will not qualify for Champions League football. I still decided to put it on the 4th place because Arsenal 4th place just always works out. It's just like this. And so we come to the top 3, which everybody I saw yet making the prediction choose these 3 in the top 3, United, City and Chelsea. For me it's quite easy to say that Chelsea will get 3rd because they are better than Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, whatever. But in my opinion they cannot compete with United and City, so I'm very sure they will get 3rd place. And as everybody yet, I also think that it will be between the Manchester clubs. I in the end decided for United because the following I said, Spurs, Liverpool will get in the Europa League because Arsenal will get 4th place, because Arsenal will always get 3rd place, 4th place. Chelsea will get 3rd because they have the 2nd best team in my opinion in the league. Man City will get 2nd because they have the best team in the league in my opinion. And United will get 1st because they have Jose Mourinho. So Jose Mourinho will make the difference in my opinion. Man City, Chelsea, they both have a better squad than Man United, but Mourinho will make the difference. Mourinho will get United the title. So, yeah guys, Hull City, Middlesbrough, Sunderland getting relegated, Burnley, West Brom, Swansea, Bournemouth and Watford not getting relegated. Southampton, Crystal Palace, Stoke, Everton will just be in the mid-table. Leicester, West Ham will fight for Europa League spots but will not do it. Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal will fight for the Champions League, the 4th place. Arsenal will get it, Liverpool and Spurs will get in the Euro League. Chelsea will get 3rd, and the Manchester clubs will fight for the league title, but it will be Manchester United. These are my predictions, guys. I hope, but it would be nice if you would react kindly to this. So what I recognize is in many prediction videos, they are like, let's say from bigger YouTubers, 1,000 people disliking, but if I read through the comments, there are just like 2 or 3 people saying why they disliked or why they don't think these predictions are good. So if you have to do dislike, I don't care really, but if you don't agree, then please tell me in the comments why. This is how it works. Somebody has an opinion, makes some predictions, everybody disagrees. Then tell me why, then I can react to that and then we can have a discussion. That's what I want on this channel. I want to discuss with you, to share crazy stories with you. This is what I want, so if you disagree, tell me why. And not just dislike and do nothing else. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing your predictions. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. What I can also do real quick is the following. I can talk about some other big leagues. So in the BBL, of course, United will win the league. In my opinion, Juve will win the Serie A. I think Inter Milan will fight against them, but Juve has just one of the best teams, at least like top 4 teams in the world, in my opinion. For me, the 4th best team in the world at the moment. PSG, of course, will win the Ligue 1, or I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. Then we have the BBVA, where Barcelona I think will win because they improved their defense. They still have, of course, the best attack in the world, so that's why I think they will do it. And if you want me to talk about the Bundesliga, then tell me that in the comments, because for the Bundesliga I would make a full prediction. The Bundesliga, of course, because I'm from Germany and my favorite team Schalke plays in the Bundesliga, and the BBL because this is an English channel. I have 2 leagues I want to make some predictions, so if you really dislike this, then I won't. But if you like it, then I will make in some point a prediction of the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga hasn't started yet. I think it will still take like 1 or 2 weeks until it starts. So I will just take my time and then in the start of September, for example, will make my predictions. Except you really dislike it. But that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please smash the like button. I will see you tomorrow with I think another Werder Bremen episode. And yeah, just have an amazing day, guys, and bye.